Hey, welcome fellow tankers to another episode from Twisted's Forward Operating Base Garage. This video is obviously here you can see the scrapper. I made a little superhero theme, comic book type thing. I like doing the edits and experimenting with everything here. This is a little bit of secret footage I found for a little battle skirmish that I had with these tanks that came out really well. Today we're going over the OBJ 287. Rakita is the driver. Here is what I'm using. It's all base gray, but I did have somebody that requested more of my builds or what I'm using for gear for each tank. So here we are. Without further ado, you can pause, replay, get this out again. It's just the basic grays. It's just been working for me. I'm putting in time on this tank. I have a lot more time than these earlier videos and stuff that I'm showcasing here. So without further ado, let's get right into the action. A couple notes I like to put in these quick little help things. This is an auto loader, so you can press right on your D-pad. It will auto load, reload your auto loader. That's a lot right there. The other things you'll notice here is the grapple and the target on your HUD display. They actually are telling you whether you can grapple the environment or target a tank, right? And if you didn't know, yes, you can use the grapple to grapple an environment, pull yourself away from an object, you know, or to a certain different level, you know. I just started using it. I don't get to use it in this video because I didn't really realize it until I started playing this tank. I play a lot of tanks, different variations in this game too, you know. I just love all of them. There's not enough time in the day to play all the tanks, level them all up, and make my videos, right? But I'm doing a good job of getting everything, you know, out there. The other things I'd like to point out too, if you didn't know, with Rakita, whether you're in the T62 or the OBJ here, when you eliminate a tank, they leave scrap metal, so you can use that scrap metal and it gives you a repair right there. I'll have that pointed out for you like I did. So you'll see it, and it's only on your kill, so you'll see the gear. It's like a cog wheel spinning above the tank. Get to some of this action here real quick. Here we are. You know, these are just base matches. I don't have any token reviews in here. I'd like to point out right there, see, that's where it's tricky about the grapple. I was grappling to him, I bounced off the building, it breaks the grapple. So make sure you have a clear path when you're doing the grappling into the tank. It's also directional. You can control the way the tank pulls and points. I try to veer the tip of this tank into that said target, you know, to get the most damage I feel from my tank. But I've thrown a hip at things. Here we are. They pushed over the hill towards us on this base. Now we're cruising along, still trying to get down this base D. I'm just fighting for it. Circled around a little bit here. We call this AMX here. Get my scrap token, as you can see there, so I get, you know, repairs done early on my tank. I have my ultimate. Now we're just waiting. We take D and moving on to another base now. I was circling around just to see if there's anybody left, and I did. Found out, so instead of leaving for that other base, I got somebody that was trying to repeat and take this base over for me. So we're going to hang out here and just make sure it's okay. Now I know it says close range, but you can see right there, I did some pop shots on that thing from far away. Now we're going to come up here on B, really try to take this out. Again, you know, look at those arrows where you're being shot. It's going to tell you, so you can try and get a better direction of where you are. I grappled to my own doom there, but I did do damage. I just didn't have enough hit points to survive it. I just bulldozed this AMX. You know, lighter tanks and stuff, obviously, they get hit harder by you. It is a great one for the M1E1, where I try to power out around his shield, so I'm outpacing him right here. Going for that ammo rack. Another tip right here. Most tanks in their turrets have the ammo rack, which is the green box. It's going to do the most damage if you can crit it and get inside there. So I was waiting for a reload. I got low on health. These M1E1s, they will pack a punch. Don't let them fool you. So I used my ultimate there so I could survive it. You know, getting the base to me is the most important. So if I can do that as fast as I can, I try to. Yeah, so now we see this guy coming in. It's the M1E1, he's returning. So I'm just trying to outposition him here. He's got a slow turret, I'm hoping, you know. I do have some blues in the background helping me out. There we go, nice little slam. Really liking that violent reaction with the grapple. It's turning out to be one of my favorites. I mean, I can't lie, guys. Everything in this game I really like. I played last night and they added that at top 100. I love that. I love stats. You know, win or lose again. I just like to see my numbers, how I'm playing out. I've not checked out the new game mode if anybody wants to know. It just dropped down. This video's out after it and stuff, so it's a defusal one. I haven't played it yet. If anybody's played it, leave comments down below. Let me know how it is. I'm going to get a chance maybe later on. Play a few rounds in it. This is the alleyway here. It looks like I set up that thing as a shield, but I don't. This is a good tip here. You're going to see how much damage a marksman can do to you from far away. I know it says this is a close range tank, but my HEs, they drop off, so that's the problem with HE rounds. They drop off over time, unless you have a perk or something that'll increase the velocity of it. But they will dip, so you will lose your, you know, your targeting and stuff. AP is just more straightforward. That round was a loss, but we got a lot of skills and, you know, positioning and tactics out of that. So here I'm just trying to showcase it. You know, what you can do in matches and how I operate. You know, maybe that's the way it is. Alright, here we are. This guy's a little tough guy here. He throws up his shield. That's another tip for M55s. Throw tips for everybody. You throw that shield up with one of the harpoon coming at you, you will deflect the damage. So right here I make a real good call. I don't chase, right? Because my main objective is to hold this yellow circle, which is the base. You're going to see later on where I make the mistake again with that M55. I turned around there because I noticed that, you know, someone was coming back towards the base, and I don't want somebody to just take it over right away if I'm that close. Sometimes you commit, you know. We're trying to get the drop in. Right here, you'll notice that the turret can't drop down or rise up. So that's the one bad thing about this tank. It's a flat surface level. You can shoot higher ground a little bit easier, but shooting below, you can't do that unless this tank's like vertical. So that is one of the downfalls. But again, it's not a marksman. It's not hanging off cliffs. So here's the commitment I was talking about. I decided to chase this guy, and it sets me up for a whole world of pain. It takes me away from the team, takes me away from the objective, puts me out in the open. I mean, there's just a list of things that I did wrong in that. And the M55 gets away, you know. So I don't even get the treasure I was seeking. I knew that guy was shooting from behind me. You don't know it yet, but it's an AMX. Hate to ruin the surprise, but he comes around fully loaded, and boy, do I smile for the camera. Alright, here we are, D. This is a pretty fun battle area. I want to point out right there, I blew up a mine. To me, that's wasted ammo. I don't know how to get around or just wait out the mine, you know, go around it and stuff if you want to be that way. The autoloader does 6 rounds or 8 rounds. I launched 2, I'm down to 6, you know, with a long reload time in there, so that's a lot of DPS losing. Here's this M60A1 coming in with his charge. I love it, so I race on the side here to try and flank this M1E1. We're going to team up on it, so I block him here so he can't back up anymore. Put out the Apple Jacks, that's what I like to call them. And we're just trying to whittle this tanks down. These defense tanks are just beasts. I feel like he's out healing me just naturally without, you know, doing any real damage. But we get him down. There's the ultimate. I love it. Spinning around. There's another one of them tokens that I pointed out earlier. Helps you with your repair. I'll tell you, this ultimate here. This is by the Martyr. Fuzzer is the agent. There he is right there. When I do it, it's so hard for me to get people to, you know, get damaged by it and stuff. But obviously, Murphy's Law here, right? He does it. Next thing you know, I'm being damaged. So we lost that match. So I'm heading back to D. I'm going to try and, you know, get there. But that was the end of that match. All right, we're heading down to the next one now. This map's pretty fun. So we got high ground, low ground. I still believe in most scenarios high ground has the advantage. Sometimes low ground, going up on a ramp, you can get the underbelly of a tank coming over the ridge or something. Not in this scene here. Right now you're in the belly of the beast. Lots of smoke. I don't know what's going on. Just trying to hold this. Watch the C count go up so we can take this base. And we do. Now, hey, there's an M1E1. We're going to cruise back here. I like to take this trip back here just to clear out anybody if they're hanging out, waiting. You know, some people wait to take over a base. B, middle base. This place scares me with all these explosive stuff. You can shoot those cylinders and they let gas leak out and stuff. Environmental destruction. So A here is going to be pretty much the roundabout, right, of this video. There's a lot of fighting going on here. And there's two FV40-30Xs we got to deal with on this base. These tanks are beasts. When played right and maxed out, especially, their barricades can heal them and stuff, trace you. They have lots of options. If they position themselves right, they are just so hard. As you can see here, my HEs are not getting anything. I should have focused on that Leo, in my opinion. More fragile tank, but also more firepower because he's shooting at somebody else. And then just taking the pain from the FV40-30. But I chose not to. Again, you know, you can sit here all day and analyze what you should have done, what you could have done. When you go back and watch the video here, it's easy to say, oh, that's what I should have done, right? Here we are again, another FV40, man. This is like disheartening when I fight these things because it's just so much, you know, armor and hit points rolled into one. But when you have your team here rolling with you, you know, things go a little bit. There's three other guys here firing. I seem to be the guy, you know, holding down the fort, close range here. I don't know where our heavies are. There's another grapple. Boom, get a little side tail. I'm trying to orient the tank so it's straight head on when I do my grapples. It happens so fast. Sometimes it's just not possible. Coming up here, I'm just chilling, trying to repair a little bit. We have the base, so I don't need to move. Here comes the creeper from Chopper. He's bringing a rain. This is how you can avoid it. When these artillery come down, they come down on an angle. So if you can hide behind a pillar in the direction, put that between you and the artillery, you're only going to take a little bit of splash damage like you're going to see me here. But you can survive, right? And if you survive, you can put out a little bit more damage. And each damage, all the damage accumulates over time in the match, whether you get a kill or not. That's the way I think about it. Because damage relates to experience, you know, unless you're playing token match, you know, that's a whole different beast. But for the bases and stuff, you want to defend the yellow. That's the primary goal. Another FV40 here. I slam him, throw this into him. I unloaded my whole autoloader into that except for two. Oh, these ALVTs, right? Oil slick. That's a perk of the OBJ 287 as well. You're going to see that. I don't have it. I want to get it, but when you put out your Apple Jacks, you know, you'll see it turns them into oil. You can set it on fire. I really want that. I think it'll be a really cool concept. I like the Apple Jacks too. They serve a purpose. They can be a barricade, trap people in. you know, high maneuverable tanks and stuff. You catch them in there, they're dropping mud in their pants. It's going really well. We've dominated the lead here on the bases and the points. You can look at the quick map up at the top underneath the mini radar. It tells you the maps, you know, where they are. A, B, and C. A, blue is ours. B is being contested. C is the enemy, right? So, boom, there you can see B just got alleviated, but we lost A. It's a flip-flop all the time. Pretty much as your team, you should just try to make sure you have 2 out of the 3, right? That's going to keep your points going up more than the other team. I'm just sitting here trying to cap this base again. It's contested, so there's somebody else on this base, and there it is. The T-62AV. I'll show you here, right? This guy, I trapped outside my barricade, so it works out for me because he wants to get in and ram me, you know. And there it is. Perfect placement by luck on me, I will admit that. But you can see the strategy behind it right there, that he can't get to me, he can't bulldoze me. So it's a win-win. Now we're going to return back to C to try and take this. The counter for the bases and stuff, that's really up there. I've just showcased this last little part here. This is an ambush spot, so look for these kinds of spots and stuff. I know the enemy comes through, and I want to catch them here. I just wanted to show that. I'd like to thank everybody for watching. Hopefully you learned something and can practice it in your own matches. Look for more down the road. You guys have a good one.